$100 billion, a handshake, and a promise to reshape American tech? Can Apple and Trump really bring manufacturing home? But with global supply chains deeply entrenched, can Apple truly shift the heart of its production to U.S. soil? Or is this just political theater?
Factory in Kentucky that's going to now be expanded to eventually produce all the glass on every iPhone and Apple Watch made in the entire world. So that is the manufacturing win here for President Trump. Other than that, it's a little more nebulous. There are a number of partners they're expanding their relationship with here in the United States. That includes Samsung, Global Foundries, Texas Instruments, you name it. But we really don't know how much money is going to those companies, how many jobs are going to be created by this. This isn't Apple building $100 billion or $600 billion worth of factories and stuff here in the United States. There's a lot of other ways they're accounting for it, whether that's other suppliers that they're paying, U.S.-based companies, or even just things like the Apple App Store and, paying developers for selling their software in here. So there are great ways to fudge the numbers. So many analysts, including this morning, the reactions are just coming in. This is money that Apple probably would have already been spending anyway. And it's just a good way to, show President Trump, hey, we're doing this here, give the president a really nice headline. And by the way, that extraordinary moment where Tim Cook puts on the Resolute desk a 24-karat gold trophy for the president.
Was that actual solid gold?
He said it was 20. Tim Cook said as he was placing it on the desk, the base is 24-karat gold. The top of it that we're looking at right now, that's Corning glass.
How heavy is that, and how much does gold cost?
That looks like a gold bar.
I don't think it's cheap, but Apple can afford it. But this is the cost of doing business here right now. Sure. The cost of doing business is
$3,500 an ounce.
Yeah. Buy a gold bar for the president.
At least.
Let's say it's just £1.
Yeah.
Probably more.
And what do they get out of this? Tariff relief, the semiconductor relief, that 100% tariffs coming next week.
Well, that is
what we get out of this.
I was saying to Joe, it's a $100 billion investment, and they gain $150 billion in market cap in just yesterday, not even including the 3%.
And again, they're not actually spending. You got to keep it. This is not going to show up in their operating expenditures or anything like that. Their OpEx for 2024 was like $57 billion, half of which was R&D. So they're not writing a $600 billion check to the United States.
I'm surprised, though, at the strength of the reaction, not just yesterday, but yesterday plus today combined. It's almost as if Wall Street is saying Apple is free from the tariff hangover.
It's a detente.
It's completely off the table. Apple just has no reason to be worried about tariffs anymore.
There was a moment, and it didn't make it on your show yesterday because we cut away, but Tim Cook was asked, are you going to make iPhones here in the United States? He kind of fumbled through an answer. And then the president just said, no, he makes enough here. It's fine. So that whole tension has just gone. Remember, it was just a couple months ago the president was threatening, I don't like you building in India, et cetera. Right. I'm going to slap more tariffs on you, Tim Cook. How dare you not show up to Saudi Arabia with me, and so forth. It just takes a little gold statue and another $100 billion press release, and here you go.
And we hear a lot about, that the president wants companies to curry favor with him, and it's almost said in a negative light. But other than the nice gold thing, this is not him wanting Apple to do something for him. He wants Apple to do something that he thinks is going to benefit the United States.
He wants a good headline.
But it's not just a headline. He wants Corning to expand manufacturing here. He wants other stuff to be bought. But that's never pointed out by mainstream. That he really is trying to get things better here.
I understand that, but
it's not just a headline.
That's not what Apple's.
The first thing you came up with, it's a good headline.
But that's not
you
what
think
Apple's
that's all
doing.
he wants is a headline?
He backed off from the headline, because Apple is not.
I know, but you see what I'm saying. He's not in this for himself. He's in this to try to.
Lutnick every day on this network saying we're going to have iPhones being made here. Right. It's going to be beautiful.
That
beautiful,
would be
beautiful.
That would, all these things. Maybe it's not feasible. Yeah, maybe it's not feasible. Obviously, it's not feasible to have iPhones made here. But all these things on the margin are good for this country.
But the president
could you acknowledge that all these things are good for the country
on the margin, bringing more supply? Yeah, and it's good for Apple.
That's all I want.
It's good for Apple.
I think it's a first
because we learned during COVID all the tensions that were going on in China, and they put all their eggs in the China basket. This is secular from what the president is asking for. They realized they needed to diversify before the president got back in office, Joe.
But you're happy about this?
I'm not happy or
as an American. As an American.
Sure.
Okay,
but this is not what the president originally pitched. The president originally pitched that we're going to have iPhones being made here.
In the US.
It's going to, and that is not what he got.
Right.
He got
that was never going to happen, though, right? That was a naive.
The president didn't know that.
Well, that's because, I mean, there's plenty of things.
The president didn't
I would like him to be able,
Or maybe he did, and this whole thing was a negotiating tactic.
But what did he get from the negotiation besides a trophy?
He got $600 billion in investment.
But that's, again, that investment is not exactly, again, they're not building $600 billion worth of factories here. It's going to other suppliers. It's not going directly to new job creation or anything like that. And there's no way to follow the paper trail.
But on the margin, it's a positive.
Well, look at the reaction.
That's all I'm asking.
The positive for Apple is tariff
instead of the half-empty viewpoint, because
the positive
people hate Trump. It's just
it's not about hating Trump or liking Trump.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
You can hate or like Trump, but what we saw yesterday happened, and the president said, "I got my trophy. I got my $600 billion headline."
Right.
And I gave them the tariff relief. It's a win-win.
To Steve's point, though, the concern for investors would be that Apple is spending $100 billion specifically to appease Trump, and that was money that would appear in the balance,
but it's not.
next quarter, but it's not. It's
but
money
my point was that it's not to appease Trump and get a nice trophy. It's to appease Trump in his efforts to try to bring back a lot more business in the United States. It's not just, make me feel better about who I am and I get a good headline. There is a method, but there's a method to it. It keeps happening again and again. Yeah. And the investments are building up. You're seeing the billions and hundreds.
Look at other companies, though. Sonos yesterday just announced they're going to have to increase prices because of the tariffs that are going into effect today. Sonos does not have the clout that Tim Cook has to go and give them a golden Sonos speaker. Are we going to see Brian? Are we going to see Brian Nichols show up with a golden coffee bean for Brazil tariffs or something? Like what are we doing?
You don't sacrifice the good for the perfect. Do you wish none of this had ever been done?
No, this is the cost of doing business right now.
Right, but you wish, but for the country, don't you think eventually a lot of this will pay off?
It's good for Apple and. Potentially, it will pay off because of the reliance on China, for sure.
Okay.
And by the way, they're spending a lot more in India.
So you're glad, even though you've got all these caveats, you're glad that net it's probably a positive that these things are happening.
It's a positive for Apple shareholders, for sure.
Okay.
He doesn't have to be glad or happy or sad.
I understand, but there's a way. But there's a way that you can present news without a half-empty perspective all the time.
I'm a happy man. It's Thursday.
All right.
Anyway.
Your hair looks great, Joe.
Thank you.